everyone? Welcome back to the DCAP. I'm your host, Dom, and today I'm joined by CJ, Trey, Ziemba, Tyler, Tom, and Mikey. Today we're going to break down the NFL wildcard playoffs, and we're going to start today with the AFC playoffs, which will break into the Colts versus Texans and the Chargers versus Ravens. I'll begin with the 3 seed Houston Texans hosting the number 6 seed Indianapolis Colts. The Colts come to this game after winning a do-or-die game against the Tennessee Titans on the road on Sunday Night Football. And they come up against the Texans team that has been red hot after starting 0-3, and they ended up finishing 12-4?
Yeah.
12-4. So I'll open the floor up to anyone. What do you expect to see in this game?
I'm expecting to see a close game simply because of Andrew Luck and Deshaun Watson. But when it comes to the playoffs, the most important factor that can go into any team is how the quarterbacks play. And I feel like Deshaun Watson's going to outplay Andrew Luck just a little bit in the game because he has more of an experienced defense, I'd say. Colts defense is still really shaky somewhere. I know they had the league leader in tackles, Darius Leonard.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, you got to look at that Texans defense: J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney, Tyrann Mathieu. I think their defense is going to disrupt Andrew Luck more than the Colts defense is going to disrupt Deshaun Watson.
One surprising factor I've seen on the Colts is running back Marlon Mack. He's had a really good year, especially in the red zone. He's able to punch the ball into the end zone. I feel like he's done that a lot. It's taken a lot of stress off of Andrew Luck because I felt like before Andrew Luck got those injuries and missed 2 years, I feel like it was all on his arm.
I agree.
Now it's really not all on his arm, and he's actually been able to stay healthy this year. He's not throwing it 50 times a game like he was. And I think the Colts are just more versatile right now. They have T.Y. Hilton. He's been off the charts this year, especially with the deep ball. The Colts definitely look better, I think, now than they did back when they made the playoffs with Luck before.
So are you picking them?
Actually, yeah, I got the Colts in this one. Actually, I think the Texans are good, but last time these two played, the Colts whooped them.
Texans are at home, right?
Texans are home.
Andrew Luck has been there before. I think he's going to take complete control. He knows what he's doing.
Andrew Luck's got experience in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Deshaun Watson doesn't. Even the only thing that's going to help him is because they're home.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have stepped up for the Colts throughout the season. Eric Ebron has pretty much revitalized his career.
I forgot to mention him.
Exactly.
Yeah, crazy.
Never looked like this once on the Lions. Malik Hooker came back from injury and he looked good throughout the entire season. Mm-hmm. So, it's a good story for the Colts this year. But I just think at the end of the day, Deshaun Watson's a little different than all the other quarterbacks in the league. I think he's in a little bit of a rare air. I think the Texans are going to win this game comfortably. They have a better defense and just better players across the board than the Colts do.
It's interesting. And actually, Houston comes up as a 1.5 point favorite. So the odds makers are making it out to be a really close game. Mm-hmm. The only thing that I'm a little shaky with Andrew Luck, any interceptions this year, he's been a little high in there. He's got 15 interceptions this year, but he also was second in the league in touchdowns with 39. So
he's coming back off an injury, so
he always is pretty high in the league in interceptions.
I think he's comeback player of the year.
Agreed.
No.
All right, so we also can't forget DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins is in this game.
Not one drop.
No, not one drop. 115 catches, no drops.
You could seriously argue he is the best receiver in the league.
Oh,
it's a serious
conversation.
Oh, yeah.
100%. A lot of people forget about him, too.
Yeah.
He's underrated.
He's always been the odd man out.
Yeah, no one talks about him just because he's on the Texans.
His greatest catches don't
He never had a quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
His greatest catches don't even count, man.
And now, you got DeAndre Hopkins, because I believe, the Texans, every time they made the playoffs, they never had a quarterback. And they would always just get, walloped in the first round, But I feel like this is the best chance the Texans have in winning a playoff game and even making a run. It's just they got to beat the Colts, and the Colts know them all too well. So let's go around. CJ, who you got in this game?
I got the Colts.
Colts. Trey said he's got the Texans.
Texans.
I'm
Ziemba
going to go with the Colts.
got the Colts.
I'm going to take the Texans.
Texans.
I think it's going to be really close. I think Andrew Luck is going to play better than Deshaun, but I think the Texans are going to win.
Okay.
I got Texans winning.
And I got the Colts winning. So that's 4-3 in favor of the Texans here.
It's going to be a close game.
It's going to be extremely close.
I can see it going down to a field goal.
It could. And we know kickers have always evaded, some pay this year, whether they're missing.
Although the Texans kicker's been good this year.
Yeah.
He's got me 20 points several times with
And you got Adam Vinatieri. I mean, what more experience do you want out of a kicker?
No, of course. One of the greatest to ever do it.
46 years old. That's crazy. All right. So with that, we'll move on to the Sunday 1 o'clock game between the Chargers and the Baltimore Ravens. This matchup really intrigues me, actually. I like the Chargers' offense. I like what they've done. Their defense hasn't been too shabby either. But the Ravens, they're like the only team in the NFL that relies more on the run than pass. You almost look at every other team, they're looking to pass it first. They want a good passing game. The Ravens just want to run. You get into a 3rd and 5 situation, every team's thinking pass. What are the Ravens thinking? Run. Whether it's Lamar Jackson or Gus Edwards.
They're ground and pound and they play defense. That's what they do.
That's their identity.
Dangerous
It works
team.
for them.
They're a dangerous team.
They can easily.
They're the team that I feel like no one wants to face.
No, I'm excited to see them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Nah, because Lamar Jackson heating up too, man.
Yeah,
I love
I'm excited to
watching
see
him.
how he performs in prime time.
Yeah, Lamar.
It's in San Diego, right? Or
It's in Baltimore.
In Baltimore, yeah.
Yep.
So rematch though. Last time it was in San Diego earlier this season. Lamar Jackson went in there and they won the game.
22-10.
I was pretty surprised when that happened. Lamar Jackson's 6-1 as a starting quarterback in the NFL.
He is. That's crazy.
Honestly.
And, Lamar, he did what he needed to do against the Browns last week. That defense, gutsy calls there at the end when they felt like it was almost over. They send like 8 or 9 to blitz. 4 straight downs, and it worked.
That's why they're one of the best defenses in the league. They have so many all-pros all across the board on their defense.
That interception was clutch, too.
Oh, yeah.
I know, it was crazy.
Keenan Allen and Mike Williams.
One of the better duos in the league.
I heard Hunter Henry's going to be playing this week
For what?
Really?
after not playing all year.
I was going to say.
That's shocking.
I mean, Stephen A. Smith thought he was playing all year.
First thing I
But, but he's actually going to be playing this week. So I wonder if he'll be able to slide right in.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll even be a factor.
Yeah.
Some depth there.
And you got Melvin Gordon. He'll be back.
Yeah.
He
So
didn't
that
play
could
the
be,
last
he
time.
didn't play them when they met, so that could be a big thing. Because I feel like against the Ravens defense, you have to have both the run and the pass going. If you don't have the run going, I'm sorry, but the Ravens defense is just too good if you're too predictable.
Yeah, Austin Eckler couldn't get the job done.
Yeah,
Clearly it was not Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, you gotta be able to open up the play action. If you can't open up that, then you don't got much of a shot against the Ravens defense. It's just gonna be a grounded pound game. I feel like it's low scoring. The Ravens couldn't survive in a shootout. There's no reason it should go to a shootout with the defense. I could see this one going, even both teams score less than 20.
I can see one team scoring 20.
Yeah. And this is another. All these games this week, I don't see any blowouts. I see them all being actually competitive. Unlike years past where you get that game that really isn't close.
So the whole round is just blowout.
Yeah.
The 8-8 team that somehow got in.
Yeah, and
doesn't
then
really exist.
all these teams are really good. Everyone's got double-digit wins except for the Eagles. So that's crazy.
Don't sleep on us, man. Don't
No, I'm
sleep on us.
sleeping. I'm already sleeping.
You can stay sleeping on us.
Nah.
So with the Ravens and Chargers, I'm going Ravens.
I'm
So-
going Ravens, too.
Got 2 Ravens,
I'm also picking the Ravens.
3 for the Ravens.
I think the Chargers are going to do it. I think Philip Rivers is going to do it.
Could be Philip
If
Rivers this
they
year.
can contain Lamar Jackson, which is easier said than done, I think they'll win.
I think I'm going to go Ravens. I like their running game with Gus Edwards and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
They're a good
4-1 Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens too.
5-1 Ravens.
I'm going Chargers. I say the Chargers defense is able to rough up with Joey Bosa coming back. I feel like they're going to be able to rough up Lamar Jackson a little more, get some pressure on him, and I think the moment's going to be just maybe a little too big for him this year.
Chargers are a warm weather team, though. You think it'll travel well into the cold?
I think Phillip Rivers, as much as a season veteran he is, I think he'll be able to rally his group together and get it done. I'm giving Phillip Rivers the advantage in this one.
All right, and with that, we'll go to our Saturday night game, the Seattle Seahawks versus the Dallas Cowboys. Well, we got two Cowboys fans in the room. I'm sure they got a lot to say, so I'm kind of just let them kind of start with this.
So I have a bad gut feeling that we're going to be one and done and lose this. But when I look at the logistics of it and trying to be totally unbiased, I think the Cowboys are a better, well-rounded team. Our defense is looking great. We have Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith. And I think we played them earlier in the year, and we did lose the game. And it was a low-scoring game, I think. I'm not sure if
it was
9-6.
Yeah,
No, it was 24-13.
Yeah,
It was week 3. It was 24-13 Seattle. It was in Seattle, so this one is in Dallas. So that could change stuff.
That was without Amari Cooper. So now having Amari Cooper, that'll open up the box a little for Zeke, and Zeke's going to be getting a lot of touches this game.
I agree. If we come to play, they're not going to be ready for us. That's just how I feel about it. I was thinking about it I used to look at the Steelers and be like, damn, their wide receiver core is just deep as hell. They got AV, they got Schuster, they got all like that. I forgot to tell you his name, but he's a bullet.
Vance McDonald.
Yeah, him too. But when I look at us, we got Amari now. Cole Beasley's bossing up. And heavy sleeper, y'all can count him out if you want. Heavy sleeper, but Allen Hurns, my dog. The Seahawks defense isn't what it used to be, in my opinion. So I don't think they're gonna be ready for
They
that.
still get the job done, though. Don't ever count out the Seahawks.
Zeke wasn't even playing against the Giants. He gonna come in here.
And they almost lost. And they almost lost. Zeke is the conductor of that train. You can take Zeke.
With all our wide receiver threats, our tight ends are bossing up. All we have to do is make a good play calling and not fuck it up.
You got to take into account. The Seahawks are also one of the best rushing teams in the league right now.
Chris Carson is having a year.
Yeah, is Dallas defense going to be able to slow down?
They couldn't slow down. Well, for the most part, they stopped Saquon Barkley. They let him have that 68-yard run. But I feel like that defense is a little prone to that one or two big running plays, and the Seahawks are going to keep going to the run. They're not going to get away from it.
They're not.
Unless they get down by, double, 2 or 3 possessions, they're not going away from the run. And Russell Wilson's going to make you work. Russell Wilson's not going to just hang in the pocket if he can't. If he needs to get out of the pocket, he can. He's not Eli Manning. He's not a pocket quarterback. But, Russell Wilson, I was actually surprised. He had 35 touchdowns this year.
Russell Wilson's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
He's very underrated, I feel like.
He's in my personal top 5, to be honest.
Oh, of course, he's top 5. God forbid this game is close in the fourth quarter. Russell Wilson will win that game.
I'm taking Russell
by
over
far
Dak
the
Prescott.
best quarterback in the fourth quarter.
Sleeping on the defense.
Russell Wilson in the fourth quarter is the best quarterback in the league.
If you stop Zeke to under 100 yards, I think the Seahawks will win.
I don't see any
If you keep
defense.
Zeke under 100 yards,
Not even just
the
your
Seahawks
any
will win.
defense.
It's definitely easier said than
Yeah,
done.
no, easier said than done, but
If they stop Zeke, that's it. That's the key to beating the Cowboys.
yeah.
You stop Zeke and you make Dak Prescott have to throw it 40 times, I can't see him doing it.
The Seahawks defense is prone to give up a lot of yards, though, so I believe Zeke will have this opportunity to get the yards he needs to get for Dak to be comfortable.
And with Amari Cooper, he's not beating guys downfield. Most of his yards have come after the catch.
Yeah, Amari Cooper is a technical route running wide receiver. He's fast, but he's not like...
He doesn't have that breakaway.
He's not going to blow by you. He's not Tyreek Hill. He's not blowing by you.
We got a lot of threats, though. It's not
So-
going to I'm not worried about it.
Both teams 10-6.
Beasley,
See, with Cole Beasley, it's weird. He'll have times where he just disappears and you forget he's on the team. But then I feel like against the division rivals like the Giants and Eagles, he just shows up.
He's there.
He's there. Yeah. It used to be Jason Witten. Jason Witten would always be that guy against the Giants that would be, quiet, and then he'd get like 15 catches against the Giants.
Yeah, he's our safety blanket.
But now, like, Cole Beasley only comes against the Giants, I feel like. So, with that said, I'm going to start. I've got the Seahawks winning this game. I think Russell Wilson and Chris Carson are going to be enough. Doug Baldwin's woken up here late in the season. He was kind of off the radar the whole season. The last couple weeks, he is coming back. Tyler Lockett's been really good this year.
10 touchdowns.
10 touchdowns.
Tyler Lockett did?
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett.
Feel for Tyler Lockett.
So I'm going to go the Seahawks, and you still can't underestimate that defense. They're not what it used to be, but it's still not bad.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm going Cowboys. I think it's going to be a close game, but I got to rock my team, obviously.
1-1.
I think this might be one of the statements of the playoff weekend. I think the Cowboys win this game comfortably. I think Zeke gets almost 200 yards.
Ooh.
I think he's going to get like 180 potentially.
All right. All right, 2-1 for the Cowboys.
I disagree. I think Zeke will definitely rush over for 100 yards, I think. It's going to be a close game, probably down to the final minutes. I'm taking Seattle. Russell Wilson's going to do it. He's a clutch quarterback.
2 for 2.
I got to go with my Cowboys.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, I feel like we have the more well-rounded team. Seattle has a lot of weapons, but I think our defense is going to shut them down.
So we got 3-2 in favor of the Cowboys. Tom?
I really don't know. I was just thinking about it. I don't know if I got one, but my gut feeling is because it's in Dallas, that Dallas can pull it off.
Jared World.
It's in Jared's world. But I think it's going to be a really low-scoring game.
Yeah, 4.
I could say only one team scoring in the 20s.
Yeah, it might have ugly as long as we get the W.
And Mikey?
I also think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I'm going to say 17-14. But I'm going to say Seattle pulls that off. I say Russell Wilson I think it's just the right moment for him. I think he's going to go in there and he's going to show everyone why he's a top 5 quarterback in the league.
Yeah, the Seahawks are not go out there and beat you to the ground for 6. They're not going to smoke you out in the first quarter and then go on cruise control.
They're going to chew that clock with that running game.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to take their time.
All their games were really close, I felt like, down the stretch, except for the game against the 49ers. So, like, they beat the Vikings by 14. They lost to the 49ers by 3. They beat the Chiefs by 7. That game really, that was the game I was looking at. It was them against the Chiefs. If they could have beat the Chiefs, I felt like they were real contenders. They did. And then they won against the Cardinals in a meaningless game. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be a good game. Honestly, it could be the best game of the weekend.
Possibly. It really could be.
So, as we go from the best game of the weekend, in my opinion, we go to the worst game of the weekend. As competitive-wise, the Eagles go on to Soldier Field against the Bears.
Nick Foles is going to do it. You can sleep on us all you want. Nick Foles will come out with the dub. All he does is win. Just watch.
Well,
it's gonna be one versus however many people are here. I'm taking the Eagles.
Well, with the Bears.
No discussion.
With the Bears.
Next, thank you.
I know. I think the X factor for the Bears is going to be Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky is going to be the guy that determines if that team wins the game. That defense is going to keep him in it. So it's going to be what Trubisky could do with the ball, how many points he could put up. I mean, he's got Jordan Howard, who's done really well. He's got Tariq Cohen, the flying midget. He's been doing really well.
Fantastic season.
Yeah, that offense, again, like even last week against the Vikings, Trubisky was 18-26 and had 163 yards. And it was enough.
Good plays, yeah.
All he has to do is enough. He doesn't need to do anything spectacular. He just has to do enough with what his defense gives him. If the defense, I could see the defense holding the Eagles to 10, maybe 10, 13 points, because that's just how good that team is. I mean, down the stretch, they gave up 6 to the Rams, and now he's in Soldier Field. The Rams, arguably the best offense in the NFC,
Rams are got
6 points.
They're a warm-weather team, the Rams.
And then, they gave up 10 to the Vikings in Minnesota. That was a statement game. And that game didn't mean anything.
Kirk Cousins is not clutch.
Kirk Cousins is not a lot of things. Kirk Cousins is bad. The one thing he is.
Yeah.
$84 million later.
Let's not even talk about the Vikings. Let's talk about the teams that made it.
Yeah, and then you got games like, there was like a couple blips. There was the game against the Dolphins where they gave up 31. Then the game against the Patriots where they gave up 38. And then, they gave up 30 to the Giants. But then again, those are good offenses. The Eagles aren't a blowout offense.
Chase Daniel was the starting quarterback, too. I know he plays offense, but,
time
possession will kill you.
Yeah.
I think
it all adds up.
And Mr. Trubisky's, I think his ability to run out of the pocket definitely added a whole element to their offense. He's dangerous.
Yeah, Trubisky, he had, 3,000, just over 3,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. A good ratio for him with the defense he has. Allen Robinson's been up and down, not as good as I think people expected him to be. I think also an X factor, can the Bears stop Zach Ertz? Because I feel like Zach Ertz is just, no one has been able to figure out Zach Ertz. I think he's the best tight end in the league.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think he's just over Travis Kelce. George Kittle's also up there.
Let's talk about George Kittle. Let's talk about George.
Well, if the 49ers make it next year, we can talk about it.
I mean,
or if he wins an award. But
So Zach Ertz.
But the Eagles' run game hasn't been anything special. That's the only thing. Can Nick Foles throw against that defense?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Khalil Mack.
Way too fast.
Can they contain Khalil Mack?
Especially running the ball.
Can they contain Nick Foles?
I can feel the bias.
This is the best defense, not even an argument, in the NFC.
It makes no sense for the Eagles to be able to go into Soldier Field to win this game. I don't believe anything with the Eagles has made sense really with Nick Foles. They keep just looking at stuff, laughing at it, and winning it. I think the Eagles are going to win the game too, to be honest. I really do. I don't want them to. I don't like the Eagles, but something just doesn't feel right. I think the Eagles are going to get it done.
Nah.
I disagree.
You see the confidence. You see the blasphemous, energy that I feel like they're just so hyped because they got one ring. They got you one ring. When he falls, I'm just gonna call you. Yeah,
if they love Nick Foles so much, why is he not the starter? Why is Carson Wentz still, coming out being the starter next season?
Carson Wentz is hurt. Carson Wentz will come back next season and start. Nick Foles is gone after this season for cap space because we have none of that.
What if he does win you guys another ring? Do you get rid of him?
Then they have a problem.
If I'm Nick Foles and I win this Super Bowl, I'm retiring.
He ain't gonna retire. He's 29.
He almost retired before. If I win back-to-back Super Bowls, deuces. See you later.
Well, someone will be desperate enough to get him. You look at teams like the Redskins, the Jaguars.
I can totally see
the Dolphins. The Dolphins could be a good team for them.
I heard the Dolphins are going to move on from.
They're done with Ryan Tannehill.
Well, that's deserved. Tannehill is garbage.
Yeah, no, that team needs a quarterback, but that's for another time. So with this game, I'm going Chicago. No one's touching them in Soldier Field. Honestly, if the Bears had the number 1 seed, I'd confidently put them in the Super Bowl. But this is a week by week thing, so I got the Bears. I got the Bears winning this one pretty confidently by 2 or 3 scores actually.
I got the Bears too. So
I got the Eagles by a field goal.
Ooh. Jake Elliott's a good kicker.
I got the Eagles by 3 to 6 points.
Mm-hmm. All right, 2-2.
As much as I hate to say it, I think I'm going to go with the Eagles because they just
can't even look at you.
They just beat the Rams.
Can't even look at you.
They just beat Houston. Those are 2 defenses that are pretty scary.
All right, that's 3-2 for the Eagles.
Right now.
I'm definitely going Bears.
I think like Mitch Trubisky.
I'm going to say 24-10.
Yeah.
Final score.
I could see that. All right, it's 3-3. You're the tiebreaker here, Mike.
As much as this pains me to say.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I genuinely think the Bears are going to win this game by a good 14 to 10 points.
That's what I'm thinking. Two
It's
scores
Soldier
easy.
Field, they have home field. Mitch Trubisky, when he's at home, is a completely different quarterback when he's away. He's arguably top 12, top 13 quarterback in the league when he's home. Some people would put him in the top 10. I don't think the Eagles' offense is going to be able to go to Chicago and put up more than 13 points.
The only loss at home was to the Patriots.
Yeah.
And you think about it, they caught the Hail Mary. It was 1 yard
They
short.
just got down to one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could have went to overtime, or they would have went for 2. So the Bears at Soldier Field, it's almost as good of a home field advantage as like the Saints in the Superdome.
Soldier Field is different.
Yeah, and so that's why I think the Bears should win this game. There's no reason the Bears should not win this game.
Let's acknowledge that there is something weird going on in Philly right now with this whole Nick Foles thing.
I just don't like how he fits the
eerie.
system more than Carson Wentz.
He does.
When I watch their games, and
This whole run pass option thing, it's amazing. I really don't get how it's tearing up so many defenses.
Mm-hmm.
All he does is win.
But then again, the Bears defense, they'll be ready for it.
It's the Bears.
That's why I'm like,
It's a scary defense.
It's Chicago.
Other than the Ravens, I'd say they're the best defense.
I say
They're the best defense with turnovers.
say
The Ravens defense is not force turnovers.
Speaking, the Ravens have the best defense, but on the field, in terms of what a defense does to help a team win, the Chicago Bears.
I agree.
I'm saying Nick Foles throws at least 2 interceptions. At least.
I can see him throwing under 200 yards.
Oh yeah. Eddie Jackson, I can see him getting an interception.
As long as he plays. I know he didn't play last week.
I think he'll play.
I hope he
There's no way he doesn't play.
He's an extra.
There's no way he does not play. Danny Trevathan's been really good, and I mean Khalil Mack. The Eagles line ain't stopping Khalil Mack. I'm sorry.
I hope they're prepared for him.
I mean Khalil Mack's out here sacking Aaron Rodgers with his back. Not even looking at him.
Honestly.
Khalil Mack's out here throwing linemen with one arm.
Yeah. So, and there's no run game in Philadelphia, so they're a one-dimensional team, and it's gonna.
And when you're
really
one-dimensional
show.
against a defense like this, you're not going very far.
That secondary isn't bad. Prince Amukamara is really good. Eddie Jackson, roaming back there.
Kyle
Fuller. So, I think that's all we got here today. We'll come back next week to preview and review. We'll review the wild card round and we'll preview the divisional round. Thank you all for joining me today.
Of course, man.
Anytime.
This has been the DCAP. Enjoy the football this weekend, and we'll be back to talk with you guys next week. See you then.